Hey everybody, Scott from SCP Powder Coating here, and also one of the founders of Powder Coating Logix. If you've just signed up for a free trial, welcome. In this first tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get your company configured and ready to start taking work in hopefully less than 15 minutes. Don't worry, we're not going to cover everything in this video. There's a lot of pieces to the software, and my goal here is to get you up and running, doing quotes, doing jobs as quickly as possible. We'll deep dive into everything else throughout the rest of this training series. So let's jump in and get set up. If you haven't created a trial account yet, go on over to app.powdercoatinglogix.com and you'll be presented with this screen. Down here, we've got to start your 14-day trial free link. Go ahead and click it. Now we offer different plans. Doesn't matter which one you pick. We're going to go with the basic for now. You're going to enter in your company. We're just going to call this Tutorial Company. Bogus phone number for now. Give it a name. And your email address. Once you do this, and the system is actually going to email you a temporary password. So make sure you use a valid email address. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting here for a little while. Once you're happy with everything you've entered so far, go ahead and click Create Account. It's going to create some stuff behind the scenes, and it should send off an email to you. Now, we're going to go back and check our email. Sometimes this will take a minute or two to come through. Hopefully not too long today. And there's our welcome email. You've got a temporary password right here embedded in the email. Go ahead and copy that. Go back to the Powder Coating Logix screen. Paste it into the temporary password box. And go ahead and create your password. Once you've got that set, go ahead and click Set Password and Continue. This is going to get you into the app for the very first time. Now, we do have a setup wizard to help you create this. We're going to walk through this today. There's a little demo video here, or you can go directly to the dashboard and skip everything. I would not recommend that. So let's go ahead and click Start Setup Wizard. Once we're in here, we've got a 5-step program or 5-step process that will hopefully get you up and running very quickly. So we're going to pre-fill any information that we already know that you typed in on the previous screen. Put in your address here, city, state, zip. So we'll use 123 Main Street for now. I'm located in Clayton, North Carolina. So I'll use that for the moment. Set your time zone appropriately for wherever you're located, as well as your currency. And if you want to use the metric system or not, it's off by default. Once you're done with this step, click Save and Continue. Now this one, if you are migrating from QuickBooks, we do have a migration tool. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to skip this for now. I'll have a whole other video on migrating from QuickBooks, but for now, we're going to use the Start Fresh option. This is going to give you a blank database, blank everything, no customers, no quotes, no nothing. So we're going to click Save and Continue. This is the important screen. So this is where we're going to set up our operating costs, and this will help drive all of the AI enrichment features of the system, as well as some of your quoting prices and a whole bunch of other things. So take a minute and really look at some of these things, and I'm going to walk you through as best I can, but your numbers will most likely be different than mine. So first question is, what size shop are you? Are you a small shop? Garage guy with just one person? Medium, large? For me, I'm a one-person shop. My wife helps me out on occasion, so I'm going to click small. Next is your labor rate. So this is the rate that you are going to charge a customer if they walked in the door right now and gave you a project. What's your hourly rate? You've got a calculation here thing. our calculation feature here as well. So if you're unsure, you can figure this out. It'll help you. It'll give you a suggestion. If you don't like it, override it. If you do, use it. So for me, we're just going to put in $100 as our standard labor rate. Next piece is facility overhead. So things like your shop rent, your monthly utilities, electric, water, gas, anything else you pay for on a monthly basis, your internet connection. So for me, our shop rent here, we'll say it's $3,500 a month. Monthly utilities, let's just add them all together. If you don't know them exactly, it doesn't matter for this purpose. Get close to what you think your monthly utilities are. So I am going to use $650. Next question is going to be how many billable hours a month do you use? 160 is going to be the default, which is 4 weeks at 40 hours a week. This is going to give you your calculated overhead rate. This will help you once you're submitting quotes, creating quotes, sending to the customer. This will have a facility overhead fee, so you're making some of your money back for your overhead. It's going to calculate that stuff in for you automatically. Next piece is your equipment costs. This one, less important, but you've got to help me calculate button again. So we're going to use the same $650 electric bill, and it's going to guesstimate how much your spray booth costs you per hour, how much your sandblaster and air compressor cost per hour. If you like these numbers, click apply. It's going to automatically fill them in for you. You can adjust them from here. So if you want to put this at $1, if you want to put the sandblaster cost at $250, you can do that. Don't worry about getting these perfect. You can come back anytime into company settings and adjust these. So don't worry about getting this perfect. Just get something in here for now so we can get a cost going for your quotes. Next section is going to be materials and pricing. Excuse me. So again, we have a help me calculate button. It's going to ask you, what's your average cost per pound for powder? So it's set to $5. That's pretty low, especially post-COVID times. So I'm going to use $12. It's going to ask you, what kind of parts do you typically coat? Do you do simple stuff all the time? Do you do complex stuff all the time? Affects your powder coverage. Or if you're unsure, pick your average shop mix. Going to give you a suggested number. Click apply and close. It's going to stick it in here. Again, if you want to change it, change it. If you want to just leave it as is and see what happens, go with the default. Next question is your markup percentage. So as far as your profit margin stuff, how much do you mark up stuff? I'm just going to put 25% in here for now. You can change this again later. You can adjust it. Put in whatever you think your shop wants to do, or if you know your markup, add that in here as well. Next is going to be your tax rate. If you want it to calculate sales tax for you, put in your local sales tax rate. Mine happens to be 6.75. We're going to put that in there. Next question is, do you have a shop minimum? I currently do not have a shop minimum here at my shop, but if you wanted to set a $100 shop minimum, you can put it in here. No quote's going to be under $100. Once you're done and satisfied with this, click save and continue. Go on to the next step. This step is going to ask you about your shop equipment, mainly ovens and blast setups. So if you've got 3 ovens, add them all in here. If you've only got 1 oven, add it in here. Me, I've got 2 ovens. So our main oven is going to be a 4x6x8. My cost per hour is generally $6 an hour. And I'm basing this on how much it costs me to refill my propane tanks and how many hours my oven will run on that propane tank. Max load, this is going to be useful for the oven scheduler feature we have within the software. If you don't know what this is, right down here, we've got a dimension calculator. So my oven is 4 foot wide, 8 foot deep, 6 foot tall. It's going to calculate out right here what my suggested square footage is. Click the use this button, it'll automatically fill it in. Cycle time. How long does your oven take to get up to temp and cure your parts? Just on average, you're going to have some that are going to go quicker, some that are going to take longer. So we set the default here to 50 minutes. If you want to use it, click use 50. It's going to automatically fill it in for you. If you want to change that, change it. Go higher, go lower. Again, these can all be changed again later. So my second oven is I have a benchtop oven. Excuse my typing, I'm horrible at this. So the benchtop oven is electric. This one only costs me about $2 an hour to run. And it is very small. So my load square foot, I'm just going to put in 3. It's very, very small. Cycle time on this one is a little bit shorter. So we're going to put in 30 minutes. Now I'm done with my ovens. If you've got more, add them in. If you screwed up, you need to remove one, go ahead and click the delete button. Next piece is going to be your sandblasting setups. We've all got them. Hopefully we all have them. Unless you're outsourcing, which congratulations, you save a lot of work. So my first setup is going to be my Blastidol cabinet. This cabinet happens to be a siphon cabinet. I've got 42 CFM here, and I'm running a number 4 nozzle. Substrate, what do you normally blast? I'm going to choose mixed. And you can also override your rate here if need be, which is your square foot per hour. So this is going to calculate how many square foot per hour it should be getting. If you don't know it, leave it blank. It'll add a default in there, and you can kind of roll with that for now. Now we've also got a blast room here as well, which is a pressure pot running off the same 42 CFM. I know I need to upgrade, and I'm running a super small nozzle. Same thing, mixed substrate. We're going to leave that there. Okay, we're done with equipment setup for now. Now we're going to click save and continue again. This is our final setup wizard screen. Pretty easy one. This is about notification preferences. So if you would like to enable email notifications from you to the customer, leave this turned on. If you want to turn them off, click the box. Once you're here, it's going to ask you, who do you want to send emails from? So we're going to say tutorial@powdercoatinglogix.com. Now this is going to set the reply to in the email that the system sends out. The system sends it out from a third-party company using a specified email address. So this will set the reply to. Most email clients will use it, some will not, and the email, if they reply to it, will go to the system admin. Generally, I'll get it. If I see a customer email come through from one of the shops, I will send it off to you. Only gotten a few so far. Hopefully it's not too bad. This will set your email from name. So put in your company name here. It's what they're going to see in their inbox when they get an email from you. Next section is going to be which events do you want to send notifications from? They're all defaulted to on, but if you don't want to send an email when a job status changes, turn it off here. If you're not sure what to do, leave them all on. Next section is automated payment reminders. So if you send a customer an invoice and it is still in the system after X number of days, this can send an automated payment reminder saying, hey, you've got an overdue balance. Call us, get it paid, get it taken care of. So if you want to enable this, you can set up multiple days. So if you want to send a reminder at 3 days, put in 3. Put a comma. If you want to send another one at 7 days, now it'll send both. Put another comma. We're going to go 15 days and then finally 30 days. So now in total, this is going to send 4 email reminders if they haven't paid. Next one is alert thresholds. You don't really have to concern yourself with this for now. This will just send warning emails for when a quote's about to expire, when a due date is about to expire, and if you need maintenance set up. So for now, you can leave these as a default. If you have an idea of what you want to put in here, you can go ahead and change that right now. For now, we are done with the setup wizard. So we're going to click finish, and it's going to bring us back into the system. So now we've got a little guided activation here to try to get you up and running quickly. So it's going to ask you, do you normally send a quote first to people, or do you normally start with a job? So it could go either way here. I generally start with quotes first, unless we have a walk-in. So I'm going to choose, I send a quote first. If you start with a job, click I start with a job. The paths will merge after we do the quote anyway, so you'll end up in the same place. So click continue. It's going to walk you through now. Step 1, we're on the new quote screen. It's already got the data filled in for you, just with some sample data, just to show you what the process is like. So this is what your quote screen is going to look like. Bunch of different fields on here. You can add tags. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. We'll get to that stuff later in more detail. For now, we've got a quote price. We're just going to click create quote and see what happens. Now the quote has been created. So from this point, you would send this off to the customer, get an approval, or if they're standing in front of you, show them the quote. If they approve, click on Approve Quote. Now your quote is in an approved status. So we're good to go with this quote, right? This has been approved by the customer. We're ready to do some work on it. So the next thing we're going to do is click Create Job from Quote. This is going to create a new job, link it to the sample customer since that's who we're using currently, and move all of the quote items over to a job within the system. So we're going to click Yes, Create Job. It's going to pull up our job screen. Here's our job screen. Looks pretty similar to the quote, but we've got a whole bunch of other different fields. So we've got time tracking, we've got part intake, internal notes if you need to make some. You can upload photos, record deposits, log your material. There's lots of things we can do here. So we've done the job now. So we've created the job. Now it's going to go off to the shop floor. We can change the status of the job as it goes through. For this purposes, we're just going to say the work is complete. So we are going to mark the job as complete. It's going to ask you how many hours you spent on it. If you've pre-filled time tracking below, it'll show that here as well. For now, we're just going to say it took us 4 hours and mark it as complete. Once it's complete, you can go ahead and create your invoice. This is your invoice screen. You can add things. You can add a project name, set your payment terms. You can do this on the job screen as well, but it gives you one final chance to change it here. If you need to update any prices, you can do that here as well. You can type in a customer number, a customer notice. So thank you for your business. And this will appear on the quote. If you need to do internal notes, you can put them here. They won't be visible to the customer, but your shop employees will see this. Once we're done, you can add an additional discount if need be. And we're going to hit Create Invoice. Now we're done. We've got an invoice. You've got your totals here. Customer is going to walk in. They're going to give you money. They're going to give you a check. They're going to pay with their credit card. You're going to hit Record Payment. It's going to ask you how much, when did they pay, what was their payment method. So we'll just do cash for this example. Reference example, we have a checking and a savings account at the moment, which you can set up later in the financial section. So we're going to say it's going to deposit into our checking account. Reference, Bob's Wheels, or whatever you'd like to put in here. Go ahead and click on Record Payment, and you're done. Everything is marked as paid, and we're done with this invoice. So now we can go back to quotes. It's not here. So it has been converted over to a job. We hide the converted quotes just so they don't create noise on the quoting screen. You just want to see your active stuff here, but you can get back to the quote here at any point in time. We're not going to do anything with this, but the quote is actually linked to the job. So you can click View Job. It'll bring you over to the job. If you need to come back and revisit it for any reason, you can also click View Invoice. It'll bring you to the invoice record. So everything is kind of linked together for you. You can also download or view the PDF, I should say. So, and there is your invoice marked as paid since we've already recorded a payment. You can go back to Jobs here, click on Completed, and it's going to show our job. You can again drill into this. You can edit it. You can view it. Same with invoices. No invoices here, but you click on the paid bubble. It's going to show you the paid invoice. You can drill back into it. And you are ready to start quoting. So we'll get into this in a future tutorial. Hopefully the next one is going to be how to create your first quote for a real customer. You guys have any questions? Reach out to me. We'll get you squared away.